What's new today?
Hey everyone!
This is the new Steam machine.
Oh my god, it's the new Steam machine! Oh! I can't wait! Oh, it's gonna come out soon! Oh, yes! Is it out yet? No, it's not! Okay. I'm gonna build my own. And after 12 hours of printing, we have our first prototype. Well, 11 hours and 54 minutes.
Wow.
And here is our first prototype. I was supposed to have the standoffs. Where did my standoffs go? How's our first layer, which it's a bit high here, but the rest is really good. Although all of this is supports, I think I can see a bit of problem here. But I was supposed to have standoffs. Okay, let's get this off. That's a bit of a waste of plastic there, but and boy, that quality is not good. So we're going to have to change the design. Well, that is atrocious. That is absolute crap. And that's nicer. That's shit, and that's a lot of waste. Now, is this is what I want to see. Is this the correct size? Is that in the right place? Is that in the right place? That's what I want to see. So this is it. Motherboard, CPU, whatever. The GPU we will be using, and our power supply. I am intrigued about this. Is that the perfect fit? It looks like it. I'm gonna get some screws. So that is pretty good like that. And yeah, it's flexing a bit. But that gap is pretty darn good. And I can just have a frame somewhere around here to hold it up. You know, as it builds up, have a frame there. That'd be pretty cool. What about this? Okay, IO shield, how's that going? That's going like that. Will that pop in? It does. Not too shabby, might I say. And that goes in there like so. I've no idea where they went. Well, that's looking not too bad. What about with the GPU in? Oh no, that doesn't work. Yes, okay. Yes, I forgot to pop some areas so those can go through. But that is only if we want to fix it on the back there with that one screw right there. But as the support material is so crap for the rear of the case, well, if we get rid of that and then all I have to do is screw into one of these, I guess, to hold it in place. So that's a good beginning. And have a frame for that part. Time for prototype 2. And after 10 hours, we have prototype V2 printed without any supports. So we've got our little standoffs this time. We've got our little cubby hole for our PSU. I've changed the air outlet design and the GPU as well, of course, because made it flat. And I've only allowed the HDMI hole, and I've made that quite large, so any HDMI cable can get through there. Now let's see. How that's done. Well, the first layer is not bad at all. We've got a tiny bit of curling on the corners. This one is the most severe. Let's do a bit of testing, huh? Does this fit in there? And that is a big fat no. Ooh. Okay. That started to break. Okay, that does not fit. And that's why it's always good to do prototyping. Yeah, I would like support for that. So I just got to make it a bit bigger. Let's give this a go. Okay, they're not good. There. And hold on. Hold on. Can I pop a bigger? 19. Hold the phone, Nancy. This is what I'm looking at. A big tower heat sink. 170 high. So, with this build, you can get, maybe, you could probably fit a full-size tower cooler on there. We could actually probably do that. That would be fun. Anyway, got distracted. Here we go. So we won't be testing fixing the motherboard in because those standoffs need to come away from the back just a tiny bit by 3mm, not by much. This, the frame needs to be busted. So I need to get rid of the frame and I can have a frame just on the outside of that template. GPU now. So the GPU goes in and we go click. Okay, my holes are off. They're off a bit. So they need to come this way a tiny bit and up. Not by much, but by a bit. So the only thing that's really good is I can print without any standoffs. Well, I'm gonna make sure, but these, I made these cone shape especially for that. The back plate clips in beautifully and that positioning is absolutely fine. The standoffs just need to come back a tiny bit, and I thought the pattern would be square pattern would be easier for it to print. Now it still does each square one by one. What you gonna do? Okay, the compressor just came on. Why did I get the longest screw on earth to test fit this? So I just want to see whether I need a frame or not. I would like a frame because it would just give it extra support than holding it all off the back here. It does not, I can concur, it does not need support. Look. And that's me pulling down. When it's just sat there, it's not really going anywhere. I can add a support just for moving it around. And this is only 5% infill. It's going to be 80% infill when I'm done. Yeah, I can still add a frame, can't I? V3 time, let's go. Back onto the computer. This should be the final version of the Steam box being printed. I don't know whether it's going to be good, but we will find out in 52 hours. The first layer is going down and it's looking good. Only 3 hours left. And there it is. Almost a kilo of PLA used. Magnets to give it a bit more support. And I did lower the print speed from about this point here because it was getting a bit vibratey, as we can see with these print lines. Only an hour and a half left. Hold on. Don't vibrate yourself to death. And here is prototype number 3. This is the second time we're looking at it because I was filming and then I accidentally hit the power, cut off the camera, and I lost all the footage. And I haven't done the focus, so let's do the focus. Let's do that again. And here's prototype number 3. So we're doing this again. Haven't missed much. I am actively printing the rest near. So if you hear the 3D printer, that's normal. So we were having a look at the case and I was going over what has gone wrong. The main thing being, which one is it? This corner. This corner is quite bad. It came unstuck quite a bit there. So did this one, but this one is the real problem, but we will just live with that. And then we're going on about looking inside, and I was test fitting parts. And I was test fitting the PSU. Oh yeah, so you can see this corner that is lifted here. And I was testing the PSU when I turned off the camera by accident because it fits perfectly in this housing, but this is keeping it away from here. So it can't fit in here because that's quite tight and I need to get past this. The PSU in the other orientation fits in quite alright, but not this way. 3D printer's getting annoyed, it's starting its second layer. So what I was going to do is I was going to get the heat gun and just warm up the plastic down here so it gives it a bit of stretch. 100 degrees, I can't go any lower, so 100 degrees it is. The only thing is, if I get this in, if I don't do this properly, if I get this PSU in there, I'm never going to get it out without breaking the case, and I don't want to break the case. Even though it has its flaws, like a bit on the side here isn't perfect. That's 51 hours of printing. It's almost a kilo of PLA there. It's warping it, it's making it smaller down there. Okay, now, there we go. That's in there. Can I get it out? I don't want to get stuck in there. Okay, yep, I can get out. So it can get in and it can get out. Okay, so that was just a little modification, that's not too bad. What about the motherboard? Because we had a problem with the motherboard on prototype 2. The standoffs were a bit too close to the back plate. So I moved them by a millimeter. Oh, yes, we need the shield. Let's pop in the shield. That should be absolutely fine because it was absolutely fine in the other one and that I haven't changed. Perfect. Wow, that's perfect. What about the GPU? Okay, GPU is in. As you can see, there's a bit of a gap on this side. Not much, but enough. Now, what does it look like on the other side? You're gonna have to take my word for it. But it is almost. Can I? Everything's sliding around. Oh, it's on there. It's in. It's probably a quarter of a millimeter off. Maybe at worst. So we're talking about that much. Yeah, you can't really see that, can you? It's nothing. A print layer off, probably, at worst. So that is marvelous. Oh, I'm so pleased, because if this was off, I was not going to print another one. And the problem is, I could have printed off another prototype like this one to get these right. But I didn't know whether the back ones were right. This, well, it still wouldn't have made a difference because the bracket's at the top here. So I wouldn't have noticed that the cage around the PSU was wrong. I needed to know whether the back ones were right. So no, we can officially get working. I want to get this PSU out just to make sure that I can still retrieve it. Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes. That's all I was worried about. That's fine. That's good. We can officially... Oh my god, it's such a mess here. I need to tidy up one day. One day I'll tidy up. We can officially get building. I mean, popping in the inserts, which I do have lying around here. No, I don't. I popped them away. I cleaned up. Well, I still need to wait for the rest to print. What I'm printing right now is the fan frame, I called it, which will hold in this motherfucker in place. I have already printed another huge part, the on button. I'm not too fond of the quality of the because it's a concave button. So by tomorrow it should all be printed, hopefully. I'm just gonna, hold on, I'm just keeping an eye on the print. It is printing very well, so we can get building. I can put the inserts in and we can get the motherboard in, graphics card, PSU. We could wire this up. Let's see what future Adam is about to do. Yeah, it's such a shame for that corner, but you know, tough. Doesn't matter. I think this thing is awesome. So cool. I have made a decision, and I am so sorry that the 3D printer is going on next to us, but I can't wait. We're building it now. I've got my heat gun on, well, heat gun, my soldering iron ready. We are doing this now, because I've been working on this for too long to not do it immediately. They go that way. This is going to be a bit hard. I mean, I could do the front ones quite easily. Oh, well, look, we could do this together. Look, we'll do these ones. And then I'll do the motherboards without you. My head is a bit small, but it gets the job done. So I'm going to continue this, and then we get the motherboard in, and the GPU, and we can start wiring it up. All the inserts are in. Now it's time to fit. First screw going in. I know you can't see much. It is such a silly angle, and even I can't see much. For this one back here, I literally used my phone with the camera and the flash to get it roughly into the right place. And now I'm just doing it by feel. Our motherboard is in. Oh, I was just about to say, why isn't it lying flat? It's because the Wi-Fi antennas are there. GPU installation time. There's the click. That is secure. GPU is secured. I did that right on the edge of the camera view. There we go. Let's get the PSU then back in. Now it fits in a lot easier. Just with a bit of pressure. There we go. That slots in very nicely. My screws right here. I don't know whether these are long enough. Which they are not. I can't remember what screws I chose to use. So after a very stupid goose chase, I was looking for the screws for the PSU. Couldn't find them. So I went to the shops to go find some. So I found some more wood-based screws that are 3.5, and that was my only choice. So I thought, okay, we'll have to go with that. Brought them. Well, of course I could use them, but it's going to destroy the thread in these. Then I said to myself, I must have had screws figured out. So I did a bit more looking, and I fell onto them. They were fan screws that I'd already pre-cut, pre-formed. That's what I'd planned. So that was a bit of a waste of time, but we've got them. We've got them. PC's in. I need the wires, and as this was going so well, I printed the rest, and you know, the button I showed you, but that wasn't very good. So I printed off another one at a 0.1 layer height, which is much cleaner than that. And then I printed off all the rest. So here goes the fan frame. That fits in there. Just absolutely lovely. And the fan. Oh, the fan is spot on. That will hold the fan in like that. Whew, that's going to be a bit tight. That's going to be a bit tight for the GPU. It should fit. And for the GPU wires, I did get some 90 degrees. So there won't be any wires bothering with the fan, because I don't want to plug all of this in and here. Oh, and the button. I did change the size with the original button, because this one, if I pop this one in, it is too tight. So I scaled it down very slightly. It's that, and that. Well, it just falls out. But there's no play to it. So that is absolutely perfect. Oh, and I need to do the magnets. Boy, the hardest thing about sticking in the magnets is going to be magnet orientation. I think I've gotten a magnet wrong already. Okay, so that's that way. So it's this one. That's the wrong way. Well, the super glue has dried and they're all done, so I want to give this a go. Oh yes. I'm just thinking, do I pop the PSU in there? Do I wire it up? I'll fit the fan. I'll fit the fan. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll fit the fan. 12s are not long enough. 16 it is. And now I need some nuts. These nuts. Forgive me. Where did that go? There it did. There it did. There it is. And I didn't pop the washer. Did I lose the washer as well? Oh no. Did I lose it all? Ah, I lost it all. Gotcha. Done. And that goes in there like that. And yes, that is close to the GPU, but wow. Wow, look at that. I got a bit sidetracked, so I was just trying to fit this onto this, and then I installed the USB 3s, and then I realized they're the wrong way, but I've left them anyway. So this pressure still does not pressure fit into this, but as soon as it does, I don't think I'm going to get this out. So what I'm going to do as a little side quest is I'm going to build my power button. Yeah, and I don't actually think that's the power wall. Nope, that's the wrong one. With the other one, which I don't know where it is. Oh, and we need the light. Oh, there's my power button. There it is. And for the light, I have this thing lying around. And it was for a birthday party. And literally, they are throwaway LED lights. But I don't like to throw things away. So I thought I could literally off here pick off that blue LED and have that on my circuit board. Like so. I like that. So the mess is taken over. I have fitted everything to the front plate. I've made my little power light and my power button all ready to be pressure fitted into the fan plate. The only thing is the power button is a bit short, so I don't know whether you see that. It could almost fall out, so I'm just printing a thicker one so it'll bring it flush to the edge, because that just looks stupid. But it works well. So I'm going to cable tie all of this together and get the fan plugged in, get the motherboard plugged in, get the front headers and the USB 3 head plugged in, and then we can close this up together. So there. All the wires kind of tidied up, not too bad. Got everything plugged in. Okay, that one's tight. Let's tighten them all down. Let's throw on the front plate, wherever it is. And yes, that's not in just yet. But before I push that in, let's see if that bulb will survive. Here comes the power. Power's in. Let's move this over here. I'll take this off so we can see the fan spin up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yes, I don't know what's rubbing. Well, it's on. It's rubbing. It's just rubbing on its main cable. But that light is not on. I've figured it out. I've just got a battery in a little housing just to test it. So if I come plug this in, it turns on. But if I pop it out the back here where it's been soldered, it doesn't come on. Because the right side here, the ground, I didn't solder properly. It's not touching, it's not making contact. So it was never going to work. Okay, second time. Let's do it. No light! Why? Okay, it's getting late. I've actually re-soldered a new bulb because the other one didn't seem to even budge with my little battery plugged in. So, last attempt, new blue bulb, here we go. Yes! Okay, I've just plugged into a screen to see whether it all works, and already the front USBs are working because the screen is flashing. And let's power it on. The blue light, the screen. Does it boot? Ah! Look at that! Oh yeah, it's working! Look at that, it's working! Yeah, yeah. That is so not the time, it's much, much later. It's 11:15. Oh, that... Oh! I've built a steam box! Well, it's not quite finished. Okay, I've got to finish it off now. And if I click this button, ho ho ho, although it won't, I need to confirm it with him. Here we are with our Steam box. Well, I'm going to call it my box. Let's get this turned on. And there we go, in our homemade Steam machine. And I've got a lot of updates. So that wasn't too long, but all the games that I want to test have been updated, so let's get right into it with Satisfactory. Okay, it's still got some shaders to download. And I am recording all the temps here, so we can have a look at how it performs. 5%. Come on. 6. Oh no. It's finally done. It took a long time. Too long, to be honest. Ultra settings. No DLSS and max FPS infinity. Here we go. And here we are in my base. That's 96% I saw on the GPU. The CPU is around 50. So let's just do this and get this game up nice and look at the FPS holding. Look at that. Over 60. And the GPU is holding on. It does jump up to 90 degrees. CPU sat at around 70. So that's satisfactory. Let's go into another game. Let's try and push it a bit more. Let's try The Last Caretaker. Of course, it has to do the shaders. Oh, it's quite quick. It's already at 50%. That's quite cool. Okay, The Last Caretaker crashed. So how about Space Engineers 2? Let's give this a go. And we've got shaders again. Wow, that was a long wait for. Application has crashed. So there we have it. Got my Steam machine is done. I do have a few things to say about this. If I was to do another attempt, I would like to do sanding and painting. For this one, it's absolutely fine. I'm a bit disappointed about this corner that came up, but in all, I mean, it came out pretty fine. I'm happy with it. And just moving this is the one thing I would probably change, is the front. These magnets, they're not bad, but I have realized that this has warped a tiny bit. I don't know why, but the corners are a tiny bit higher, so the magnets, they don't make full contact, which makes them lose their strength. So it's on there. I can move it around, no problem. Just it's not on there. And when I pick it up, generally I do put my hands here and that comes off, and I've almost dropped it because of that. So that's one thing I would change. And then the other thing is this front panel. I don't know what I would do to fix it, but this is a pressure fit panel. So if I pull on this, I should be able to... There, that's one out. And 2. There was a third post here at the bottom, but that one broke. So that one was in there a bit too tight. The only thing is, I don't know what I could have done to not have any apparent screws. That was the one thing I wanted to do. But that still holds on there very nicely. And I built it before Steam could. So I'm declaring this project done. I absolutely love it. I think it's really, really cool. A few minor tweaks and it would be perfect. I mean, already when it's just sat there on my desk, it just looks so cool. So cool. I am so happy with this. So there's my box. It's a bit bigger than the Steam box that's going to come out. Well, thank you for watching and following this project. It was absolutely brilliant for me. Real good fun. And yeah, if you like it, subscribe, stay here. I've got more projects on the way, and I will see you soon.